ominous and
Okay, so the first thing in this game is to actually hold left to cancel the stopping animation. That saves about 3 seconds.
2 seconds, I believe.
Yeah. And in this game you have to collect these diamonds to open the next doors, next worlds in this hub world.
Though his knees felt more like those of a
You need 320 in total.
Yes. It's plus 80 for each world.
Yeah.
Starting at 15 and going to 80, right?
Yeah. So it's 80, 160, 240, and then 320 you need. The most glitches and most tricks are in the beginning of the game and in the end of the game. So the biggest sequence break is in this level. We call it the tree skip, and he's going to jump up on a branch that you can't see, to jump up in the canopy, then over a loading trigger.
Yeah. And what that does is it allows me to run as 3D Mickey in the 2D plane.
Yeah, and it skips. Yeah, it skips a sequence where you get small and you go through the canopy as a small Mickey, and then later on you spawn where Max is jumping now. The problem with this is that you can't fall out of bounds, and then you have to restart the level. And as you can see here, you're normally supposed to be 2D Mickey here, but your 3D Mickey, which allows you to go through walls and to jump between the different planes. And it's really easy to fall out of bounds here.
And I waste about 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah. And this remastered version, the music is by Grant Kirkhope, and you can really hear that in this section. So enjoy the music. In this stage, there you can see what we call ghost wheels. You can see them in the background. They are on a cycle. So if you make mistakes in this level, you can easily lose a couple of seconds only because you catch the wrong cycle. Good.
Yeah, that was decent.
That was decent. Maxie, he chose to skip 2 gems to get this faster cycle.
How many gems are in total? 800, right?
Yeah, 800 in total.
With her cool laugh. But perhaps she was secretly worried about how close he was getting.
So you can see that Magnus is jumping a lot, and that's because it's slightly faster than just walking. But you have to time it correctly, or else it won't be faster.
With the frights and sprites of the forest behind him, Mickey.
Old bosses are very phase-based, cycle-based, so
he was no friend of Mickey.
it's just about. You can't save time on the bosses if it's not some RNG in it. But here's just to avoid and jump. That was close. And it's actually slightly faster to take a hit at the same time as you hit him.
Yeah.
The red rainbow gem was finally his. Now it was time for our hero to move on.
Yeah, and to kill time,
Exploring the castle
we usually do
halls,
what we call
now
Mickey
had
shuffles
one of the rainbow
and
gems
swag
that would
walks
help him save Minnie.
during the cycles.
But he knew there were more to find, and the Masters of Illusion would not give them up without a fight. Mickey emerged into a toy box of peril, another of the witch's illusions.
This level is probably the one that's most true to original.
Yeah, it is. The layout is basically the same.
Yeah. You could see the exits just where you started. But you have to get a key
Had to move quickly
for
and
that.
carefully for the car.
for the door, so you have to go at top and then you have to run down. And that's the same in the Genesis version as well.
Yeah, but you don't have the levels in the hats.
No,
So
no.
that's new for the remake.
These Jack in the Box guys can be very mischievous and can really ruin it for you.
Oh yeah. It's something about clowns.
And from here it's just all downhill.
But usually. This is also a good source for gems since it doesn't really slow you down.
Yeah. It's slightly fast to jump at specific places, and if you time it you won't lose any gems. This game is a really easy game to learn as a speedrun.
Yeah, and it's a fun casual game as well.
Yeah,
Mickey moved onward into the land of
the blind
toys.
run,
These
is
playthings were something
probably,
less than
An
playthings.
hour and a half.
yeah, 1.5 hours I would say. All these bonus games and hats, it's just quicker to die
You-
and get out of it.
You get a small collectible at the very end,
Yeah.
which you don't need to beat the game.
Oh, just two games.
That's okay.
Missing gems, well, you lose time if you miss them, but in the hub world, in the hub castle, there are some gems that you can pick up as backup.
Yeah.
Optimally, you want 316, but anything between 309
Yeah,
and up is
Into a new
feasible.
there's a bunch of gems on the way to the last level that you
Yeah.
can pick up.
What was that odd
And it's not really out of the place either.
box?
Yeah.
Of course.
So this is the Jack Boxman. He can be quite trolly.
Yeah, the thing with this boss is that he can spawn springs on 3 different places. Close, in middle, and far away.
Yeah.
In the middle spring is cursed. if you get a middle spring and you jump, it's easy to stand on his head and not do any damage. You have to jump, and that's loses time.
Yeah.
Costs time.
And
yeah.
you can also get a quick hit when he bounces upwards, but we don't really know how it works.
Yeah. So you got one middle and one far away.
Yeah.
The best spring is the closest one, because you can get a hit on the jump up, and that's
Slightly
faster. Yeah. There's not much to say about this
Yeah,
boss. It's very straightforward.
It does different jumps, and some of it bounces and some of it
Yeah.
spins around.
Yeah, and Max is jumping on his head, or trying to jump when he comes up out on the box, because
I've gotten
you
it
can
a
hit
few
him.
times, but
Mickey's
I
heart
almost never
swelled
do.
with
Yeah,
renewed
I've never
hope.
gotten
The
that,
quest to save
actually.
Minnie was
Never.
far from over. The second rainbow gem was safely gathered, but Mickey had no time to
No time
congratulate
for
himself.
World 3,
Another 5
the
gems
storm.
and Minnie were yet to be found. As Mickey
In the
surveyed
original,
this new world,
the storm
he
is the
noticed
level
colossal
that kills
storm
runs.
clouds gathering
It's
in the
really
skies.
bad.
Hopefully the rain would hold off long enough for him to make it back to the castle.
In this game, it's a fairly straightforward level, but it can be... some jumps can be tricky.
Yeah.
Deep underground, Mickey wondered what sort of subterranean strangeness he was about to encounter.
Wow! This place is huge!
Those skellyfish are deceiving.
Yeah. The hitboxes on the enemies can be quite wonky, and sometimes you just fall through them.
Yeah. But it is a pretty solid game, program-wise.
Unless you look for the glitches.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of glitches, but not many of them are beneficial in a speedrun.
Yeah.
As Mickey swung past the giant
you can't do
carved
that.
duck,
I
he
always forget
remembered
that.
Donald's advice on adventures. Never have 'em.
Best advice.
Mickey wasn't sure just how deep underground he was, but the next rainbow gem
currents
had
here,
to be there somewhere.
This is a place where we can save a bunch of time, actually.
Yeah, I'm quite bad at scapegoat. We'll see what happens.
Optimally, you want what we call a 1.5 cycle.
There we go.
Yeah, this was a 1.5.
Yeah,
With a
Sabo
giant
2 cycle.
splash,
Yeah.
Mickey plunged into the underwater
Named after
depths
Sabo.
of a
Yeah, that is the 2 cycle. Yeah,
team
we've
of
got
hungry skellyfish.
the Tenebrae.
The deeper Mickey
2 cycle
went
is a
into the
1.5.
ruins,
Yeah.
the more sure he was. that
And
some
also,
thing,
here's the part where
someone
mashing
was
actually
watching him.
matters. If you mash faster, you swim faster.
Yeah.
And for the speedrun, everyone I know in the community plays the PC version.
Yeah, and almost everyone plays with a controller, right?
Yeah, I don't know if anyone is using the keyboard.
I think Enel did once.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And hated it.
Yeah. And
So here you can get up to the top before the water falls down, but it's wonky and I can't really do it.
it's one of the hardest tricks in the game, but you lose a bunch of gems. So you really have to know your gem routes to be able to pull it off.
Suddenly, the entire chamber flooded. Had our hero's luck finally run out? You see, this was the lair of the third Master of Illusion.
To get to that trick, you have to jump and jump off of the surface when the water rises.
Yeah, and you have to mash really good.
And you mash, and then you have to do another surface jump to get up. And this boss is the biggest random factor in the run.
Yeah.
We don't know if you can manipulate for them to go straight into the hole.
I like to think that you can't because they're assholes.
Yeah, they are assholes.
No,
Other than that, should be possible somehow. They do seem to follow you around at times, but not always.
Yeah. But it's when they stop and go back to their holes.
Yeah.
They can be assholes. They can swim a bit, they can stop, they can go the other direction and then swap. Yeah. And go back.
So at this part, they'll spawn 3 of them. And one will always go to each direction, and then the third one will choose either left or right. And sometimes he has trouble deciding.
Yes, so he's an asshole. Don't die.
I want.
Oh,
So-
really nice.
It was really good.
Yeah, yeah. And when they jump down towards you, they don't have a hitbox.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad.
slow. That was slow.
Yeah.
at last, the yellow rainbow gem. Reward indeed for such courage and cunning. Mickey thought of Minnie. Once he had all the... Mizrabel was surely shaking in her boots by now. Mickey had the third rainbow gem, and he was determined to get the other
Oh, you
4.
get all 5 of these.
Come again?
You get all 5 of them.
Yeah. Just in case. I don't really count my gems.
Okay.
I should do that, but yeah. I usually end up with like
Himself in a giant
312.
Yeah.
But he knew Mizrabel's books and bookworms were
And here you can
penning
get
a
the
not
one
so
cycle.
happy
Oh, well,
ending
yeah.
for him.
You want to get pushed by one of those books to get here quickly.
Suddenly,
And that
Mickey
was
not
good.
alone.
I also got a
He was in
gem on top.
realm of
Yeah.
dangerous delights and scrumptious scares.
And the A's are the worst enemy in
Not
this.
the
I
sort
like
one
them.
wanted to dive into.
Well, the design is good, but
So this is the cookie skip. Usually
Yeah.
the arm pulls the cookies down before you can jump on them.
but it's intentional. You are supposed to be able to make that.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And there's no such thing as cook RNG. It's just about timing.
Yeah,
You don't need that one.
yeah, I know. Yeah, checking to see if you're awake.
And here's there's another trick. They can jump up to that wall pop directly, but it's a pretty wonky trick. And these dolphins are absolute assholes.
Yeah, they can kill you, run,
Yeah.
if you're not careful.
The only safe pathway to cross was hopping from cookie to cookie. The fourth
And the
rainbow
pattern of
gem
those
was
cookies
there
are
for
always
the
the same.
Yeah. So if you
Hey, you! I mean,
well
hey,
run through the run through the level the same, you will get the
Shadow
same
Mickey
cookie
snuck up
pattern.
behind our
Yeah.
hero, grabbed the gem, and made a culinary escape.
This stage is the glitchiest stage, but there's no beneficial glitches. They just kill your run. For example, you can get stuck in that milk bottle,
Yeah.
and also here,
come on, stand still, why don't you?
when the bookcase falls down, you can fall through the books.
And you get stuck on the floor of the level without dying.
Yeah.
Not again.
And also in these teacups, the tornado that is
Mickey
chasing you,
enjoyed tea.
you want to
Might just stick
go
to
into it
orange
as
from now on.
possible. But if you do it
Mickey had the
either too
distinct
quickly
feeling
or
he was being
at
lured
times,
into a trap.
it won't take you up. So you have to wait the whole cycle.
Yeah, and that's super slow.
Yeah, and there are two of these teacups. So and it can happen on both teacups. No one has ever gotten the glitch twice in a run, but
I have.
Yeah, you have.
I have.
Okay. I've only gotten in the second teacup.
I believe it was in one of my first races.
Oh. And other than gems, you can collect peppers and magic cards to unlock suits.
Mickey
Yeah.
endured a lot of taunting,
In reference to Quackshot and
couldn't
World
resist
Evolution,
doing a little
other great Genesis games from the same time.
Mickey braced himself
Same
for
era.
the next sugar-coated shock from this confectionery world. He didn't have long to wait. A gigantic red licorice dragon emerged from the melted ice cream. This was the fourth
This game is
master of illusion.
very good for races because if something happens, like a soft lock or something, you can just reset the run, and reset the level, so you
Yeah,
can just continue. You can always complete the run.
Yeah, and the only crash that I know of is in the very beginning of the game.
Yeah. That's risky to making a run, to doing a run though, well in a race.
Yeah. Well, I've had the game crash on me several times, but I don't know why.
Well, that's probably...
It's probably my computer.
Yeah.
Acting up.
And the pattern on this boss is the same every time, so it's easy to avoid. And after this run, there will be another illusion game, World Evolution.
If I know.
Yeah.
With the blue rainbow gem in hand, there were only two more to find. Then Mickey could search for the most precious jewel. Mickey had managed to secure both the fourth
I might
and
need
fifth
more gems.
rainbow gems. But was he running out of time?
Yeah.
Could he
Yeah,
still
yeah,
get to
yeah, it's
Minnie
fine.
before it was too late?
So when you to enter the castle, which is the last level, you
Mickey
need
chanced
320
upon
gems.
an enchanted mirror.
You can get a
In
bunch
its
of gems
reflection,
right
he
before
saw
the door.
himself, but wearing far more
And
magic
I was too short to be able to enter without getting those extra before the staircase.
Yeah. But that's a nice thing, because
His
if
heart
you
pounded.
screw up a little
Mickey
and miss
raced
some
into the
gems,
castle hall, only to be
there
met
are
by
backups in
another
the
of
castle.
his
Yeah, and they're everywhere.
yeah.
enchanted suits of armor.
And
Not as much.
for these two levels that are left, Maxie doesn't need to worry about gems at all. And when playing this casually, the difficulty really ramps up on this level.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
Mickey traveled deeper into the castle dungeons.
And
He knew he
one
had
of the
to
hardest
last
tricks,
2 gems.
we call it the Nadua jump.
Named after the crazy Norwegian guy.
Yeah, he finds
I'm-
tricks and glitches in
Anything.
so many games.
Yeah, so I got the jump during my practice run, so I'm not gonna do it. Would you care to explain why?
Well, for starters, the Nadua jump is evil.
Yeah.
And it's cursed. But it also, if you mess it up, you start from the start of the auto scroller, and you lose a bunch of times. And the only guy that really always goes for it is Crazy Rasmus, and he's another crazy Norwegian, and he got the best time in this.
Oh yeah.
34:15 real time, and that's
I think that's
a half a minute faster than the second fastest run.
yeah, it's roughly a minute faster than me.
Yeah, and it's pretty much exactly 1 minute faster than my time.
Yeah.
And you will probably see Nadua complain in chat that he didn't do the Nadua jump.
Yeah, so I got it in practice, and if you get it in practice, you'll never get it in the run.
Yeah,
That's
because
just
it's
how it
cursed.
works.
It's cursed. And this is not a Nadua approved run.
No, it is not. But that's fine.
The wonders in the treasure room were marvelous to with the 6th gem found. Mickey began to feel that maybe it was Miserabel's time that was running out.
Gosh, this place just never stops.
And here's
does it?
another swimming section. So if you mash, this can go so much faster, and then you can get good pattern, good cycle on these jellyfish.
Yeah, but that was okay.
Yeah, but here's where it's crucial. You want to hit jellyfish, so, and bonk into it like that, so you get stuck between the ledge and the fish, so
Yeah.
you don't go back too much.
And you want to save as much health as you can because of the part that is coming up
Yeah.
right now.
We call these suits of armor Henrys,
Wasn't playing by
and
any
this is the
rules
Dark Henry corridor.
as he tumbled into a pitch black castle corridor.
And if you have a lot of health, you can just jump through. And there you got the quick fall through.
Yeah, if you jump at the very back of the gate, wherever, you
Back
just
door.
fall right through it, which saves.
And you didn't go
second.
for the
Yeah.
bat
I
bites.
know.
Every bone in his body told Mickey that the ghostly gloop was far more dangerous than it looked.
And he
Emerging from the dungeon, Mickey raced into
there's
the clock
these
tower. Having
cog
lost the clock
cycles.
cleaner, he knew
Uh,
the moving parts were dangerous.
Oops.
He'd have to be very careful as he made
Now
his
you
way
have
to the
to
top.
wait.
But that was kind of bad.
Unfortunate. This game controls really well, so if Maxi messes up a jump, it's his fault.
Yeah, it's completely on me.
And now I don't know how the cycles are.
This spawns when you jump up
Yeah.
on the things,
And
that's fine.
Are you going to for the cog skip?
No,
Okay.
I don't know how to do it.
Okay. There's a way to jump on the left side of these upcoming cogs instead of the right side, and that helps you skip a cycle for these horizontal cogs, so you can go faster up here, because now you have to wait. It's time for the
clock tower.
Yeah,
Mickey thought the danger of
the
being
office
squished
clockmaker, no, clockmaster.
yeah, I think we call that. This boy is very straightforward.
Yeah. The first time I played this, I thought it was fairly difficult because I didn't know you could just duck.
Yeah,
So as you can see, you don't lose health if you jump on him. He has to hit a clock.
instead he has 5 clocks, which he has to spin into. And for every clock he destroys, he loses 1 health.
Yeah. And this is the fastest boss.
Yeah,
And I would say most execution heavy, even though it's really easy, but you can mess up because you can make him miss the clock. So you can stand too close to where the clock should go down, and then it will wait. Yeah. Another nice thing here is that you can actually walk during this animation. This is cutscene, so you can go close to the where the gem spawns.
yeah, that saves no time. But
It saves because usually you spawn.
Really?
You spawn.
I always
so
end
far,
up
far off. Far
roughly
off.
in the middle.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I never.
So for me, it doesn't really save time, but it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
and save his dearest Mickey. On to the castle battlements raced Mickey.
And now it's just a climb, tower climb, and then Miserable, the final boss.
He knew was the heart of Miserabel's power.
I like the climb. It has a nice flow to it.
Yeah. It can be tricky. Some of the jumps are tricky, and sometimes the spiders are just, yeah, not nice.
Yeah.
There's no way that old witch is gonna hurt my Lily.
And the climb is sometimes trying to confuse you. And you have to wait for these spiders, or else you will just get hit and fall down. And that loses a lot of time.
Lots of trickery and illusions here.
Yeah. Well, you are in the castle of illusion.
That's true.
And that's a nice time save as well. Instead of waiting to swing back, you just jump off. It saves roughly 3-4 seconds.
Yeah. And it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks cool.
So now we're up to Miserabel's Tower.
Yeah.
Was Mickey too late to save his beloved Minnie? Or was there still hope?
And this boss, to hit her, you have to be in 2D Mickey.
Yeah,
you have to hit her as 2D Mickey. And if you're too quick to jump off of the platform, you don't turn into 2D Mickey.
And you just jump, and you'll jump right through her.
Yeah, you fall right through her. That happened to me twice in the ESA race, and I lost by a second.
Yeah. This fight is can be funny to watch since everyone does it differently,
Yeah,
and there's no right or wrong way to do it.
it's just avoiding to get hit. When you jump off on these platforms,
You,
you start to move in a 2D plane.
yeah, and then you can just jump on her head and deal the damage.
The first time I played this, I think I was stuck in her for half an hour.
Yeah, it was really hard.
Glide round and round, leave him rich. No
Especially the final phase.
curve in, curl out, then wind about.
Dying here is about a 5-minute time loss.
Yeah.
Give chase.
At least if you die at the very end of the fight.
How foolish can
If you fall down, you just lose 1 health, so it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, shades of darkness, oh, spirits of night, destroy this wretch with all your might. His true
Don't spice it up.
I'm barely watching.
And a lot of runners of this game, they disable the narration, and that also removes her chanting.
I'm one of few runners that always uses the narration.
Yeah, same here.
I like it.
Yeah,
Most people don't.
most people don't know. I always go for the new music as well, new soundtrack.
Yeah, the old Genesis music doesn't really fit into
No, doesn't.
an HD game.
Phantoms and ghosts in grim collusion.
And the Kirk music is fantastic.
Yeah. This is the difficult part of this fight. And time is when he grabs the gem.
And time.
36-17.
No,
Nice,
that's good.
Nice.
That's good. I'm pleased.
Yeah.
For how long?
Pretty good.
Suddenly, Mickey had
Yeah.
an
So
idea.
now it's time for word illusion.
Launched
Yeah,
the rainbow
thank you
gem
for watching.
at which
And
it might be his one and
you
only
should
chance.
check out weekly races we try to do on Sundays. It's been a while, but we
Yeah.
try to do them every Sunday.
5 EST and 11.
GMT plus 2.
Yeah,
one.
it was one. 11 p.m. CST. No.
CEST or CET.
CET. Yeah.
Time zones are confusing.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
That was
Ed
Castle
Hall.
Evolution.